Good afternoon, Warframe community. My name is Tom, and I thank you guys so much for tuning into my Warframe channel. I have an exciting new video for you guys. It's regarding the new operator AMP components that have been released with update 23.4, and this video will just quickly go over what some of the new parts do, the performance against enemies, and some quick gameplay footage against the terror list. The first new component we have today is the Ron Prism, which pulses void energy through a fine cut pavilion to riddle targets with flashing fire. The next item we have today is the Fab Scaffold. This new scaffold launches energy discs that ricochet off enemies and surfaces, vectoring towards a new target with each strike. In other words, once you fire this weapon, it can actually bounce off walls and other enemies and possibly hit new targets as well, as long as they are in relatively close proximity. The final component we have today is the Antipatha brace. So this brace is actually a dual-purpose brace that reduces void energy regeneration delay and decreases regeneration time, although it is not as fast as a single-purpose brace such as the Tier 2 brace. Alright, so now I'd like to quickly go over the performance of the AMP components once they're put together against a group of level 80 enemies. I have included Corrupted Heavy Gunners, the Standard Grenadier Heavy Gunner, the Corpus Tech, as well as the Infested Ancient Disruptors. From my observations, I noticed that when it comes to most AMPs in general, they would do a lot of damage against the Corpus and the Infested units, but when it comes to the Corrupted and the Grenadier units, they will do significantly less damage. I just think this is due to the elemental resistances that these units have on top of very high armor ratings. Once this new amp has been gilded, the stats are very good. With respect to the primary fire mode, it has a critical chance of 30% with a 2x critical multiplier. The status chance is very low, unfortunately, at 4%, and the void damage value in this case is 1000. Even though the void damage value is very low compared to the other prisms, keep in mind that this is an automatic firing type of weapon, and you will be doing a lot of damage if you can focus your fire on a single target. The damage output from the new scaffold is very high, which gives the secondary fire mode a base value of 6100 void damage. Once you pair this on top of a 44% critical chance and a 3.8x critical multiplier, you'll be doing a lot of damage, especially if you are firing through bolt shields. The status chance for the secondary fire mode is 24%, which is very respectable, and this is very nice if you're running Virtuous Fury on your amps so that you will be proccing the damage bonuses more often. Immediately after I gilded this new amp that I assembled, I took it out on the plains and I fought against the tier list just to see how well it would perform. At a quick glance, I noticed that the new primary fire mode, it doesn't do much damage. Even though the automatic fire mode is fun to use, it doesn't really seem to take down the tier list shields considerably. If you're running Void Strike, I'm sure all the stacks that you built up, they would deplete almost instantly, and the damage increase is not really going to be noticeable. If you are running Uneru Wisp, I feel like it would provide a lot more consistent damage, and of course, being able to fire the weapon for over 5 seconds, it makes Uneru Wisp must have if you are planning to use this prism against the Terror List or any of the other Eidolons. With respect to the new scaffold, I noticed that unlike normal enemies, when you fire, it doesn't really have the homing capabilities onto the Eidolon, which I think is a little bit of a downer. I still feel like in this case, the Tier 2 scaffold, which is the Shraxon one, it's still a lot better because it does have higher damage and it does have a nicer area of effect damage. The new scaffold will definitely be something that's good for taking down large groups of Volmalists, but in my opinion, I feel like the Shraxon Tier 2 scaffold would still be a lot better to bring to the plains. In my honest opinion, if you already have the Meta 223 amp, this amp is definitely not a worthy upgrade to it. The primary fire from the new Prism does not have good synergy with Void Strike, and the damage output is still not as strong compared to the Shrak Prism. The secondary fire from the new scaffold pales in comparison to the Shraxon scaffold, as the Shraxon has a better hitbox and can take down both shields and Volmalists at the same time, and also features higher base damage, of course. This new amp is definitely great to use for casual Eidolon hunting, but in my opinion, if you're looking for speed runs, the popular 223 amp is still the way to go. If you guys found this video helpful, let me know down in the comment section below and feel free to leave a thumbs up. I am a new content creator, so subscriptions are always welcomed. If you guys have suggestions for other videos you would like to see, feel free to let me know. I have a lot of other Warframe videos on my channel you guys are welcome to check out. Stay tuned for more awesome Warframe videos. One of the big ones I'm working on is how to make a very large amount of platinum. Thanks again for checking out my video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.